Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Let's make this new update very short as usual, but let's not waste our time. I'll just check the sound in a second and we will start. Of course, we'll talk about Bitcoin, price of other cryptocurrencies. Yes, the sound is okay. And generally what is happening, what to expect, which trades can we make, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, I should point out that we are confirming that we are still in the same block of price, this green one, and we didn't go back to red, which is a good sign for bulls. We are continuing to print higher highs, higher lows, but currently this is looking like a bearish wedge, ascending wedge, which is a bearish formation. And I think I even have that wedge somewhere already plotted, so just let me find it real quick. It's somewhere here, so I can show you where potentially it could go if the wedge is broken to the downside as it's supposed to be. So it is something like $20,000, almost exactly $20,000. Of course, depends on the point where the wedge is broken, and I think that it is still possible. It's exactly possible. The thing is that that is a trend. It's already a trend. Of course, considering the depth of the drop and the decline, which starts from $68,000, it is kind of a consolidation, although we're still seeing higher highs and so on. So technically it's a medium term rising trend, and it's actually, this trend is having the shape in the way that you want it to be. So you wanted to see some kind of a slow increase in price and maybe some corrections on the way. This is how you could get the natural organic growth, well, trend, basically, in general term. And even though we still have this organic condition, I would say that within this trend there have to be some corrections, right? And we didn't have major rise so far to expect that correction to occur. But even with this rise, which isn't technically still maybe from 18 to 25, it's 40% by BTC. So we can expect that something like this may already happen. And what's the reason, right? So we have too many sellers, not enough buyers, and there's kind of a balancing between the two at some point. So I would like to point out that even at this point, we have a sort of a breakout above the previous zone of resistance. So here is the resistance. Now we broke above that zone, but we actually returned back to it. So this is a very important point. Whether we're finding support here and going up, that is just perfect for bulls, or if we break to the downside and doing this is sign of a correction, potentially a very deep one. But in my personal opinion, the highest probability, again, we are talking about the highest probability case here. The highest probability is that even this correction happens, even if it happens, then we probably don't go below $19,000. So we may go below these lows to get the collect liquidity here, because a lot of stop orders are there. We can get below this low because, again, a lot of stop orders, a lot of liquidations, and also falls with the same target of this wedge. But I don't think that we go below $19,000, because if it happens, then it means that the correction is not a correction, but the continuation of the overall trend, and we go to something like below $15,000. But I think that we should see something higher. And again, first scenario is that we are having correction go higher. Second scenario is that we don't even have that correction go higher, so we find support here. And another evidence for that is that we are still keep seeing the major altcoins performing the same way, and some of them are even much better than the primary asset here as Bitcoin. So XMR did pretty well. What else? There was a growth by link. There was, of course, ETC, which is with a major growth. Today it was EOS with this kind of shape, and you can see that we see the volume here, meaning that there is a volume. So you would expect the same happen as soon as we break the resistance. With a lot of stop orders of short positions bring the price much higher. We don't see it on most of the assets, meaning that the market is looking for those. And as soon as we see this on EOS, I would expect similar case might happen on different assets as well. And ETH, Ether is already trying to break this zone of high trading volume. So everything is kind of bullish towards the higher highs. So again, this is just the major scenario, but I tend to think that we are on a good path, and the next thing, as soon as we hold above $90,000, we are heading towards this zone, right? So all the altcoins probably go there. I don't think about ETC though, because I actually think that since we see that shape, this support line broken, and we currently actually seeing the retest of this, or test this line from the bottom, it's likely that we see like this. Well, actually something like this and then like that. So that's why I'm still holding my short position on that, but I'm holding my long position on Cardano because it's kind of speeding up here, and I'm waiting for the final rise. Of course, I may close by the stop position, stop order this position, but it's okay. This is trading. We are trading probabilities here. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I bet no questions. I see Michael Orion. Hello, Michael. Thank you for your like. I believe that this is your single like under the video. All right, that is pretty much it. Nothing really different from the last time. So I was waiting. Maybe we'll see something interesting, but yeah, of course, on the short time frame, you can see a lot of things happening like this. So today we reached 24,400 and then massive sell-off. So, and that is again a normal thing. Up, down, collect first stop orders of the short positions, then stop orders of the long positions, and so on and so forth. That is happening all the time. So don't be surprised and don't be discouraged by that. Let's look long-term picture. Let's look long-term. That is the key. So in fact, if you want to trade short-term, then you're a scalper, and this is a very different technique from standpoint of trading. Okay, anyways, that is pretty much it for today. Let's meet maybe end of the week on Friday. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the charts at that point. I hope we'll see something. I actually expected the price to be surging already from here, but well, so far it didn't happen. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Safe trading, guys. Goodbye.